Hey guys, my name is Moon and welcome back for more Yakuza 3. So today we're gonna continue and do more sub-stories. I had really fun last time doing the sub-stories, right? So we'll do a couple today. Let's see how long it is. But yeah, let's start with this one. 6 years of my brother's life has been stolen away because of the false charges. I'm asking for any help I can get to save his life from unjust imprisonment. It can't be her. Oh, it's Wakazo again. Read the truth. Oh, KIRYU-san. What are you doing standing around here? And who's that? What is she handing out? I think they're... Oh, hey. You, over there. I knew it. It is you. You're the journalist. Look what happened to my brother thanks to you. What happened? I never intended for that to... Journalists only care about themselves. Do you have any idea what horrible things happen to the people you write about? My brother didn't kill anybody. Sounds like you two have quite the past. Yeah. What happened exactly? Maybe we should talk someplace else. Okay, let's learn the story. 6 years ago, there was a murder here at Cafe Alps. Ooh. Here, the suspect was a man named Yuichi Akechi-san. The woman you just saw is his sister, Nozumi Akechi. Yuichi Akechi. I investigated the story and wrote an article implicating Yuichi-san as the murderer. And this was the article that woman was talking about. That's right. Yuichi has consistently denied any involvement in the crime since his arrest. To be honest, even though I wrote the article, I wasn't completely convinced he'd done the deed. I didn't even want to publish it. I didn't want to make him out to be the criminal before we had all the facts. Let me guess. He got published anyways. I was the only person in the department who even considered Yuichi-san might be innocent. And I was only getting my start as a journalist, so I had to go along with what my department wanted to do. I dug too much far into Yuichi-san's life for my investigation. I interviewed his relatives, even people in his neighborhood. Because of my reporting, people started labeling the Akechi family as the murder family. They were forced to move. Poor Nozumi got bullied a lot in school too. That kind of stuff happens though, but I guess she does have a pretty good reason to resent you. Ever since Yuichi-san was declared guilty, I can't stop thinking about him. Should I have written that article? Or were the charges against him false? False? You mean there's a chance Yuichi didn't do it? What makes you think that? I actually used to have a part-time job here a long time ago. Is that so? I worked with Yuichi-san. We talked all the time and I got to know him pretty well. I just don't think he's a murderer. After that story got published, I swore I'd never repeat the same mistake. I've become an honest journalist who only reports the truth. Are you really just gonna let this go then? What? You still have doubts about the case, right? Yeah. Then shouldn't you be trying to discover the truth? You know what? You're right. I think I gave up after the article came out. But you're absolutely right, KIRYU-san. I think I'll look into it one more time. How should I go about it though? I mean, it's been 6 years since the murder happened. I guess you gotta start by talking to everybody involved in the case? Sure, but what?
Hello?
Could you help me, KIRYU-san? If I don't find out the truth, I'll regret writing that article for the rest of my life. You want me to look into that old murder with you? I'll do it, of course. Okay, thank you. Now what is this? So tell me more about this crime Yuichi Akechi was arrested for 6 years ago. Alright, here's a rundown.
事件が起こったのは夜遅く、閉店後、従業員たちが清掃作業をしている時間でした。事件の第一発見者はウェイターの木下さんという男性でした。当時、この店のウェイターだった明智雄一さんは清掃作業の途中、店の裏のゴミ捨て場に行こうとしました。その途中、ロッカールームの前を通りかかった時、雄一さんは わずかにドアが開いていることに気づきました。その時ロッカールームの中では店長の小田さんとウェイトレスの宇佐美さんが抱き合っていました。その宇佐美という女性は雄一さんの恋人でした。雄一さんは恋人の浮気現場を目撃してしまったんです。怒った雄一さんはロッカールームの中に入り、店長の小田さんに掴みかかりました。その頃ウェイターの木下さんは客席の方でずっと清掃作業を続けていたんですが、雄一さんがなかなか戻ってこないことを不審に思って様子を見に行きました。すると木下さんは店の裏口から出ていく雄一さんの姿を見かけました。直後木下さんはロッカールームのドアが開いていることに気づき、中を覗いてみたところ、そこには頭から血を流して死んでいる店長の小田さんの姿が。警察の調べによると、死因は頭部打撲による脳挫傷。凶器は遺体のそばに落ちていた客席用の灰皿でした。
Okay, the thing is, what happened with the girl though? Right when he was doing the rundown, they went inside Oda, Akechi, and Usami, right? And then when Kinoshita went, Usami is not there anymore. Then Akechi ran outside, right? Let's see. That's the gist of it. You really do know a lot about this case. Maybe it was the woman. Maybe she accidentally hit him. But from what you say, Yuichi's motive seems pretty clear. Sounds obvious he killed a guy, or killed a guy his girlfriend was cheating on him with.
Hey.
I'm sure that's what the police thought too, and when they discovered more evidence later, they decided to arrest Yuichi-san. They found more evidence? Oh, I should give you this. What is it? The notebook I used to collect information about the case. Please take a look at it. You might see something I missed. Wakazo's notebook. Okay. Okay, let's check it out after we finish this dialogue. Oh, we can check it now. What is this? Comfy Souls. Ooh. So this is Usami. Usami Kinoshita. This one looks like Yuya. Imagawa. Not present though, but look at him. He looks suspicious. The way he smiles. But I doubt it's this dude though. I doubt it. This is my biggest one. Usami. Maybe her, right? Ooh. And this one is the person who died. Akechi. But yeah, fingerprints on the murder weapon. Nozumi. And then the lead detective. He's a drinker found in bars. So where do we go? Where do we start? How do we start this? Maybe we need to check on the lead detective first, right? No marker. So I guess we need to go and find the lead detective then. So it said he goes to bars every night. So the only bars are Serena and Bantam. I don't know, there's what do you call it? Earth Angel, Shellac. Okay, but yeah, we're here in Bantam, so we'll check that one first. Bantam. Okay, there's our guy. Detective Maida of the Kamurocho Police. So are we gonna be doing this for each person if we need to talk to them? All of them, I mean?
Oh.
What a surprise if it isn't the fourth chairman of the Tojo clan. You know who I am? I mean, he is a detective though. You're famous in this town, so what does the fourth chairman want with me? I want to ask you about the Cafe Alps murders from 6 years ago. Oh, that thing. Yeah, that was my case. Why do you want to reopen that kind of worms now? I'm trying to find out whether Yuichi Akechi really committed that murder or not. Are you saying you think he was falsely charged? And not a chance in hell. Why not? We aren't stupid, you know. The police don't arrest people without proof. We had plenty of evidence saying Akechi was the murderer. What kind of evidence? We had alibis, witness, fingerprints, and a motive. That did it. You got all that evidence? Could you tell me a little bit more about it? Sure, I guess. Well, don't just stand there. Have a seat. Okay, let's see. What to ask? Ask about the alibis. We interviewed everyone who may have been involved in the crime. In the end, the only person without one was Akechi. Nobody else could have murdered Oda. Either we find Yuichi an alibi or find a flaw in one of the others. Witness statements. Somebody witnessed Yuichi Akechi fleeing the scene just after the crime. It's Kinoshita, right? The other waiter. When he went to the back, he found Akechi leaving. I heard about that. That waiter, Masaru Kinoshita, he gave a statement saying he was Akechi, or he saw Akechi. If it was me, I'd probably think Yuichi did it too. I wonder how I can refute Kinoshita's statement though. Okay, let's see what to ask. About motive, a motive. Tell me about a motive. Motive. Yuichi Akechi had plenty of motive to kill the victim Oda. You mean because Oda was sleeping with Yuichi's girlfriend, Sawako Usami? Bingo. And we didn't find anybody else who might have had a reason to kill Oda. So they didn't find anybody else. But what if someone else did have a reason to kill Oda? Fingerprints. Tell me about the fingerprints. The deciding factor in Akechi's arrest was his fingerprints. We took and compared fingerprints from each employee with those found on the murder weapon. But the only ones that matched were Akechi's. We concluded that other prints came from customers or cafe customers and so were unrelated. And that sounds like a pretty conclusive evidence. Was Akechi really the only person involved who had fingerprints on the murder weapon? So there you go. Solid evidence. But if you think we made a mistake, I'm sure like to hear it. Not enough to go on right now. Guess I'd better take a closer look into everything that was going on at the time. Do you know what the Cafe Alf staff from back then are doing nowadays? Sure, I can tell you that much, but I doubt you'll get anything new from them. Oh, we know the whereabouts now. But yeah, Flores, yes. We could check out the florist, yes. Maybe he knows something. He knows everything, I mean. He's arrested. Macbowl. He's dead. He's still the manager of Cafe Alps. Theater Square. Nakamichi Popo. What is this? Convicted to the alibi. Okay. But yeah, we'll go to the florist first. First guy.
You.
Uy, KIRYU. I hear you're looking into the Cafe Alps murder. Huh? How do you hear about that? Don't underestimate my information network. I know everything that goes into this town. I guess you do. So, do you know anything about the murder? I have the police reports in my database. What do you want to know? The murder weapon. Okay, the same type of ashtray was found all over the cafe, but there was one significant difference between those and the murder weapon. And what was that? The weaponized ashtray had a chipped edge. Chipped edge. Do you know what happened? Or how did that happen? The day of the murder, a customer knocked the ashtray off the table on the floor, chipping it. Akechi noticed it while he was cleaning up at closing time and decided to bring it out to the dumpster to throw it away. That's when he passed by the locker room and saw his girlfriend cheating. So there's no doubt Akechi touched a murder weapon that day. Nope. Normally the ashtray would have been washed and all the fingerprints would have disappeared. But Akechi noticed that particular ashtray had been chipped, so instead of washing it, he decided to throw it out. And by the twist of fate, everyone who touched it that day still had their prints all over it. So all the fingerprints on the murder weapon were made the day of the murder. Okay, the next one, fingerprints. There were 12 of them. These are all the fingerprints from the ashtray. Okay. The prints outlined in red match Akechi. This is apparently the evidence that led directly to his arrest. What about the other fingerprints then? Well, one thing's for sure, none of them match the prints of any other employees at the Cafe Alps at the time. They're thought to be from customers who visited the cafe that day, probably 2 or 3 more people. Then one of this set of prints might be from the real murderer. It's certainly possible. So the real murderer's prints could be on the ashtray. So you should be able to get more information from the people related to the case. If you haven't talked to all of them yet, you'd better do that. Hey, thanks. You've always been a big help. I owe you one. Okay, so who do we check first, though? I want to go to the girlfriend, though, yeah. I want to see what she's gonna say. So she's at MacBowl. Then maybe we'll check one of these guys. Popo. Sega. Okay. So girlfriend first. Okay, I'm sorry. There's nothing left to say. Yuichi Akechi might have not killed Oda. If we're gonna find the truth, I need to hear your account of what happened that day. Let's see. What to ask? The alibi. You were there when Akechi confronted Oda, weren't you? Yes. I mean, I was the reason they fought, so of course I was there. So what happened after that? Did you see Akechi kill Oda?
Yeah.
I took off, so don't ask me. What do you mean? Do you have any idea what it feels like to have your significant other walked in on you when you're with someone else? Talk about awkward. I mean, it's your fault though. It would have been even more awkward if other people started coming in to see what the fuzz was all about, so I ran out the back door. What did you do after you left the cafe then? I went home, but Yuichi followed me. We spent the night arguing about the breaking up. Of course, I never imagined he already killed Oda-san. So you're saying you didn't see Akechi kill Oda? That's right. And I told the police that too. So nobody actually saw Akechi kill Oda. Witness statements. I don't know anything about that. I left the cafe before Yuichi did. Okay. Motive? Are you trying to be funny? No. I mean, besides your relationship with Oda, did he do anything to make anybody else mad? I don't know. The police would have known if he had any loans or out or anything like that, right? I wasn't particularly close to him, really. We just ended up hooking up that night. I see. Maybe Akechi really did kill Oda after seeing him with Usami. Fingerprints? They only found Yuichi's. We constantly replace the customers' ashtrays with clean ones, but Yuichi must have been the only one to touch that one. Yuichi took good care of customers and replaced their ashtrays often. I think he must have noticed that one was chipped. Okay. So the only thing we got from her was no one saw Oda get killed, right? Yeah, no one. That is our testimony from her. Are you Asai, former employee of the Cafe Alps? Yeah, he looks like you, yeah, right? Who are you then? KAZUMA KIRYU. I want to ask you about the murder that happened at Cafe Alps 6 years ago. Oh, that. So, what do you want to know? Let's see. Ask about everything, of course. You were at the cafe at the time of the murder, weren't you? Yeah, I think I was closing the register. It was after we'd closed for the night. So, you didn't go anywhere near the murder scene? The locker room? Of course not. I mean, why would I? I was still working, wasn't I? He's acting kind of funny, though. Witness statements. Do you know anything about the person seen running from the scene of the crime?
Yeah.
No, I don't know anything. I only found out the murder had taken place when Kinoshita-san showed up looking as white as a sheet. I didn't see the murderer at all.
Oh!
I see. Oh, but I did see Oda-san's body. I can still see it. So Asai went into the locker room after the murderer escaped. Motive. Do you know anybody with a motive to kill Oda? Well, you reap what you sow. I mean, it was bad enough he was always messing around at the workplace, right? But going after another employee's woman? Get a grip. You make it sound like he'd slept with other women at the cafe before. Oh yeah, I saw him hook up with another woman there once. Another woman? Got a name for her? I think her last name was Saito. I guess she was dating Oda-san at the time of the murder. Okay, there's no Saito, right? She'd already quit the cafe by that time. I heard she still hung around Oda though. So Oda was dating somebody at the time. Maybe Usami did it. Well, let's see what to ask. Fingerprints. Your fingerprints weren't found in the murder weapon. Isn't that strange, seeing as you were one of the waiters? I just didn't like doing the ashtrays. I always left that to other people. So it's pretty natural my fingerprints wouldn't be on it, I guess. I see. Well, let's see. We've asked everything though. Are you sure there isn't anything else you want to tell me? What do you mean? It's not like I have anything to hide. Why is he laughing there? Asai sounds like he knows more. I just don't have any more information right now. Okay, I need to get back to him. But we learned here that Oda had or was dating another girl named Saito. I want to go to Kinoshita now. Let's go to him. Okay, who's Kinoshita? This small guy? Are you Kinoshita-san, right? That's right. Who are you then? KAZUMA KIRYU. I want to ask you about the murder that happened at this cafe 6 years ago. Oh, that. Well, I don't know if I can tell you anything new, but go ahead. I was here in the customer area cleaning up. I believe you can see me on the security camera tapes. I wasn't in the locker room when the murder took place. Witness statements? They say you saw Yuichi Akechi fleeing the scene on the night of the crime. Tell me more about that. Okay, I saw him that night. Akechi-kun disappeared right in the middle of the cleanup. I waited a while and when he still didn't come back, I went to check on him. That's when I saw him leaving through the back door of the cafe. Are you sure it was Akechi? Well, I only saw his back, but I'm sure it was him. If you didn't see his face, then how can you be so sure it was Akechi? The man I saw leave through the back door was wearing a cafe's waiter uniform. Aside from Oda-san, there were only 3 other male employees working that night. Akechi-kun, a guy called Asai, and me. So you can see Asai-kun spending the night closing the register on the security tapes. And the only person I could have seen would have been Akechi-kun. I see. After that, I called the police and waited at the back door until they showed up. No one tried to enter or leave during that time. So Kinoshita didn't see the criminal's face. Okay, that is his testimony. Okay, it's not here. So usually we only get one testimony at a time, right? So when we get one, we're just gonna leave next time. Are you a detective, Giri-san? Not exactly. Why do you ask? No reason. I was just wondering why anyone would be looking into that case now. I'm trying to help a friend to find out if Yuichi Akechi is innocent. Innocent? You think someone else could have been the murderer? It's possible. I see. I would feel terrible for Akechi-kun though. If he really was innocent all this time, I can't imagine what it's like to be in prison for a crime I didn't commit. Especially for 6 years, right? That'd be horrible. That's why we're trying to find out the truth. If you think of anything else, let me know. Okay, so the other guy was working in Sega, right? Imagawa? What's Sega? Theater Square, okay. That's next. Okay, there he is. You're Imagawa, right? That's right. He's nervous. Who are you? I'm looking into the Cafe Alps murder from 6 years ago. Okay, let's see. What to ask? Alibi, sir? They say you were in the cafe at the day of the murder. Is that true? Yes, I spent the whole day at home. Alone? No, some friends came over and we played video games. And these friends corroborated your alibi? And that's right. So it wasn't me. Okay, witness statements. No, I didn't see anything. I didn't say anything. I didn't hear anything. Okay. Why are you saying that though? Motive. I don't know anything. Don't ask me. Fingerprints? Next, you're going to start saying I wore gloves. Well, you're wrong. I wasn't anywhere near the cafe that day. I mean, yes, he's not even there, right? Nothing. We got nothing from him. I don't know anything about the murder, sir. Just leave me alone. Man, this guy's got a persecution complex. True. Let me know if you remember anything from around that time of the murder. Doesn't matter how small. I didn't do anything. Honestly, you have to believe me. Everyone's saying I'm the murderer. Aren't they? Aren't they? Aren't they? No, nobody's saying anything about you. I don't believe you. Everybody hated me, or everyone hated me at the cafe. They used to harass me. Harassed you? How? Someone even stole my wallet, CDs, and uniform out of my locker on the day of the murder. Are you sure? The police didn't pick them up as evidence? Absolutely sure. Someone was harassing me, I tell you. So somebody stole Imagawa's things. Okay, we got his testimony. Where do we go next, though? Like, we've talked to everyone, though. Yeah, we talked to these guys. Maybe we'll go back to Azai because he was laughing, right? And KIRYU said that we need more evidence. And we kind of got some evidence. Let's check it out again. I mean, I've asked everything though. Let's see if we just click this. Okay, there. Yeah, because we have some dialogue after we finish, right? So, by the way, do you remember Imagawa? Imagawa sounds familiar. Your co-worker at Cafe Alps. Oh yeah, Mr. Gloomy. I remember him now. Imagawa said he had things stolen from his locker. You know anything about that, Asai? What, you think I had something to do with it? Yes. Look, I'm not judging you. I'm just trying to find out what you know. Well, I might have tried to make a quick buck or two off him. All I took was his wallet and some CDs I sold off later. Anything else? Like what? You didn't steal Imagawa's uniform, right? Yeah. Uniform? How would I make any money off that? All I sold was his wallet and CDs. That's all. So that's all Asai took. Wallet and CDs. Maybe the police really did take the uniform. Testimony number 2. Where do we go back? Okay, we'll check first. Okay, so there was a marker in Cafe Alps, so we're back here. Funny seeing you here. What's up? I'm taking one of my clients out of town. We were in the area, so I thought I'd drop in and see you. Taking your clients out on the town? Don't you mean you're going to one of those host clubs? My client just happens to like host clubs, really. It's just a coincidence. Speaking of which, isn't your perfume a bit too strong tonight? Oh, really? I didn't think so, but... Oh, look at the time. Okay, I've got to go. That Yuko. Okay, who is that woman talking to Kinoshita? That's Kinoshita-san's wife, Yuko-san. Okay. Kinoshita's wife? How did you know that? She actually used to work here. That's how I know her. She worked here. Is that so? That's right. She'd already quit by the time the murder happened, though. And she wasn't on the security tapes of the dining area, so she definitely wasn't at the cafe that day. Okay, it doesn't sound like Kinoshita's wife Yuko is involved in the case, but maybe I should look into her anyway. Wakazo's testimony. So, she's going to one of the host clubs, right? And what host club do we know? Stardust. Okay, KIRYU. Oh, there. That looks like Kinoshita's wife, Yuko.
KIRYU-san.
Oh, Kiri-san, what brings you here? Yuya, what can you tell me about that woman over there? Who? You mean Yuko-san? She's been a regular customer of ours for years. What do you want with her? She looks awfully rich for somebody so young. She manages a venture funded startup. Her company got so popular making products targeted at young women, and it's been growing pretty fast over the last 4 years. Is that so? Okay. What if she has like thugs behind her? Like, look at this. Oh, Yuya. Who's that? I haven't seen him before. Ah, Yuko-san. This is Kiryu-san. We owe a lot to this man here, and no, he's not a host. I see. Well, that's unfortunate. This is my company, by the way. If you ever need anything, just give me a call. Yuko's business card. Bye now, dude. I'm very curious though, who did it? I can't wait to see. We'll be looking forward to seeing you again. Hello, sir? I got evidence. Nope, I still don't see anything off about any of this. Do you have a minute? Oh, it's you. So did you find proof of Akechi's innocence yet? What was that you were looking at? Oh, this is the list of evidence we made during the investigation 6 years ago. We were taking such a hard look at the case, I thought I'd better take another glance myself. Can I see that? I guess, but you won't find anything wrong with any of it. I honestly can't figure out why you think Akechi is innocent. List of evidence. Wait a minute, what is this? Hey, what's what? I finally got it. Was it really this simple all along? No mistake about it. Somebody framed Akechi. Nani? What, are you serious? Yeah. I'll explain everything, but first I need you to round up everybody related to the case. But it'll turn out fine. You'll see. Okay? Just don't blame me if it doesn't. So, okay, we got it. What? Why is that Kira saying it though? I'll get everybody together to Cafe Alps. That ought to work, right? Yes, that's fine. Okay, I've got all the evidence I need. It's time to reveal what really happened 6 years ago. Okay, we're finally here. It's time. Well, I did as you asked, Detective. I closed the cafe and kicked everyone out. Now, what's this all about? Kiryu-san and his friend here would like to talk to all of you. Okay, I have you here for one reason and one reason alone. I'm sure you all remember the murder that took place here 6 years ago, right? The victim was Kazuo Oda-san, the manager of this cafe at the time. One of the employees, Yuichi Akechi-san, was arrested for his murder. But did Akechi-san really did kill Oda-san? I'd like to ask each of you to think back on that day. Do you have any evidence, any truly conclusive evidence that Akechi-san was really the one who killed Oda-san? No, I've been struggling with one question since the day of the murder. Could Akechi-san actually be innocent? But before I could find out for sure, an article I wrote implicating Akechi-san as the murderer got published. But thanks to Kiryu-san here, we finally arrive at the truth of what happened 6 years ago. But if Akechi-kun is innocent, that means someone else is guilty. Exactly, but... What do you base all of this on, Kiryu-san? Oh! There's a lot though. Okay, this one first, I suppose. Usami was the one who saw Akechi and Oda fight the day of the murder, isn't that right? But I left in the middle of it. In other words, she didn't actually see Akechi-san kill Oda-san. Exactly, and only Usami saw Oda and Akechi fighting. So we can't conclude Yuichi Akechi killed Oda, which means the charges against him could be false. Sorry, but that doesn't hold water. What do you mean? Akechi's prints were on the weapon used to kill Oda. That's solid evidence to prove Akechi did it. Is that all you have to say? What do you mean by that? If this was your case, you ought to know Akechi's fingerprints on the murder weapon alone weren't enough to convict him. I don't follow you though. Spell it out for us, will ya? Okay. This one... Okay, let's talk about this. The ashtray uses the murder weapon hadn't been washed because it was supposed to be thrown out. Akechi's prints weren't the only ones on it though. That means you can't prove his guilt from the fingerprints alone. Okay, detective, is that true? Yes, it's just as he says. So you admit it might have not been my brother?
Yeah.
But that's still not enough to prove somebody else did it. Somebody witnessed Akechi fleeing the scene though. That's another piece of solid evidence. Think about it. You'd think the person actively fleeing the scene of a crime is a culprit, wouldn't you? Why'd they run away if they didn't do anything? What do you have to say about that? Okay, Kiryu-san, do you have any information to refute the witness statements about Akechi-san? Kinoshita was the one who saw him, right? Yeah, this one. And he said he didn't actually see the face. You saw Akechi fleeing the scene, right? Yes, I did. Are you sure? I'm not lying though. I'm sure I saw him. But you didn't see the face of the person fleeing the scene, right? You said that. I only saw his back. So then it's possible you saw somebody else. Is that all you got? The police wouldn't have arrested Akechi on just any old vague evidence, you know. Please shut up, Maida. Let me cook first. There was also something that proved that person Kinoshita-san saw was in fact Akechi. And what was that? The man Kinoshita-san saw leaving the scene of the crime was wearing a Cafe Alps waiter uniform. The only waiters employed by the Cafe Alps at the time were Kinoshita, Asai-san, Imagawa-san, and Akechi-san. The security tapes show Kinoshita-san and Asai-san out in front at the time of the murder. So we also confirmed that Imagawa-san was at home. Therefore, by process of elimination, the only waiter Kinoshita-san could have seen was Akechi-san. Kiryu-san, is that true? No, it's absolutely possible that the person Kinoshita saw was not Akechi. I have a statement to prove it.
Nani?
Okay, the statement is from, what's his name again? Imagawa, yes. His items were stolen. There was actually another crime committed at this cafe at the day of the murder 6 years ago. Another crime? That's the first I've heard of it. Imagawa's uniform disappeared from his locker in the Cafe Alps locker room on that day. Imagawa-kun's uniform? Yes. My uniform disappeared from my locker. Since you weren't present the day of the murder, when did you notice it was missing? The day after Oda-san was murdered, I came to work. The police were investigating, so I couldn't go in. But once the police left, I looked in my locker and saw the uniform was gone. Come on. The police probably took it as evidence. I'm sure there was plenty of stuff missing from the crime scene. You're wrong. Someone was definitely harassing me. Everyone has teased me though. Asai-kun, why don't you tell them you took my uniform? You took everything else. The uniform must have been with you. You're so whiny. Bully, police, whoever took it, it has nothing to do with Akechi or this case. No, Imagawa's uniform is the key to this case. What do you mean? I'll show you right now. 2 pieces of evidence. Okay, I guess the list of evidence, the first one, is not here. And the other evidence is... What was it? Asai? Asai, right? Yeah, because he took this one. Okay, let's see. He only took the CD and the money. Okay, let's see. You're right. I don't see any waiter uniform listed. In other words, the uniform disappeared before the police showed up. If the police didn't confiscate it, who could have taken it? It was Asai-kun, right? No, not Asai. He did steal things from you, true. But he wasn't doing it to harass you, he was just after some cash. Your wallet and CDs make sense, but your uniform wouldn't have been worth anything. Exactly. The criminal wanted to make it look like somebody else committed the crime, so they stole the waiter's uniform and changed into it. Then, as soon as somebody came by, they hid their face and ran out the back exit. Okay, is that true?
KIRYU-san.
So you're saying the person who stole Imagawa's uniform and fled the scene is a real criminal? Yeah, and who might that be? Nozumi? Imagawa? I think it's her though. Kinda. Because yeah, everyone is here, right? Like, she's the only one. It's not the detective, of course. All of them have their alibis and stuff like that, right? Yeah, it's either her or it's gonna be him still, but we're doing all of this, man. It can't be him. So it's gonna be her. It can't be his sister. Yeah, this one. This is the only person it could have been. Oh, cutscene.
KIRYU さん、それではその人物の名前を教えてください。6年前、小田さんを殺し、明智さんに罪をかぶせた事件の真犯人とは一体。
犯人はお前だ。木下優子、お前が小田を殺した真犯人だ。
Nani? Okay, she's not saying anything yet. Her? Are you serious? I can't believe it. What? Yuko killed Oda-san? An interesting theory, but why would I kill Oda-san? I didn't have any reason to do anything like that. Yeah, Yuichi's Akechi motive was Usami-san's relationship with Oda-san. Exactly, how are Yuko-san and Oda-san connected? I needed something to prove Yuko and Oda knew each other somehow. Wakazo's notebook? No. Oh, Oda was dating someone at the time. Yes, what was her name again? I actually forgot, but... I actually forgot. Was it, Saito? Something like that, right? Oda was dating somebody at the time of the murder. Somebody used to work as a waitress at Cafe Alps. Is that true? Yeah, and her last name was Saito. Saito? That's Yuko's maiden name. I hear you work at this cafe until just before the time of the murder. You got it. We got him. I mean, Yuko-san and Oda-san were dating? I didn't know that. Yuko-san, is that true? I don't have to answer that. She's guilty. Yuko. If Oda-san was dating Yuko-san, then Usami-san wasn't the only one cheating. Oda-chan was cheating too. And that means Yuko-san also had a motive to kill Oda-san. So anyone with a motive is a killer? You haven't done anything but hypothesize. Exactly. You've only talked about possibilities. Do you have any conclusive evidence that she murdered him? Oh, something with her fingerprints. Her business card. Is that my business card? This business card has your fingerprint on it. We should be able to compare the prints on this card to the ones on the murder weapon. Give me that business card. Let's check it out right now. Can you even check it out like that? What? We've finished analyzing the prints on the card. These are Yuko Kinoshida's prints. And these are the prints on the ashtray. Oh yeah, there's one. Look. Easy. The prints on Yuko-san's business card are the same as the ones on the murder weapon. I don't believe it. How do you explain that? Even my prints are on the ashtray? So what? How does that change anything? What do you mean? I ate at Alps the day of the murder. I must have touched the ashtray while I was there. She's right. There's no crime in touching an ashtray though. She was just a customer. No, Yuko's lying though. I should call her out on it. Okay, this one. Wakazo's testimony. You're lying. What the hell are you talking about? There's no record of you coming to the cafe the day of the murder, right, Detective Maida? He's right. We had Cafe Alps employees watch all the security tapes and they gave statements that no other cafe employees, former, otherwise visited the cafe that day. Right, Kinoshita-san? That's right.
ああ
I've seen Yuko-san's face before, so I would have noticed if she was on those tapes. She definitely wasn't,
なるほど
which means you didn't come to Cafe Alps on the day of the murder as a customer. So why were your fingerprints on the ashtray
違
then?
うわよ。
Fine, maybe it wasn't on the day of the murder. It might have been the day before. It's not that big of an issue. Nope, you had to have been there the day of the murder. You weren't a customer, you were the real murderer. The only people who could have prints on the murder weapon were those who visited the day of the murder.
どういうこと？
Okay, how did you come to that conclusion then? And now for the coup de grace. I just need something to prove when the prints on the murder weapon were made. Okay, this one. The florist. The ashtrays were cleaned every day, but your prints were still on the murder weapon. That means you have to have been here the day of the murder.
そんな。
But the day of the murder, a customer dropped the ashtray, chipping it. Yuichi Akechi saw the chipped ashtray and instead of washing it, decided to throw it out. Since you couldn't have come to the cafe as a customer that day, there's only one time you could have left your prints on the ashtray. You did it after Akechi dropped the ashtray in the locker room when he witnessed Osami cheating on him with Oda. Sometime after Akechi left and before Kinoshita came to check up on him, you entered the locker room and murdered Oda. Then you put on Imagawa's uniform and went out of the back. But the problem is, why did she do it though? Isn't that right? Yuko-san, is what Kiryu-san says true? It'll only get worse if you stay quiet. Shut up. I told you I didn't do it.
やめろ
I give up, Yuko. I'm putting an end to this. Do you know something, Kinoshita-san? I knew you came to the cafe that day, Yuko.
どういうこと？
How? I could smell you. It was very faint, but I could smell your perfume all around the crime scene.
そんな。
No way. Why didn't you say this earlier? I'd been in love with Yuko ever since we worked together. That's why I knew the scent of her perfume the minute I smelled it. Sometime after the murder, I happened to run into her again. Eventually, we started dating. And one day, I brought up the murder, and her face went white. She felt quiet and avoided commenting on anything. That's when I was sure Yuko had been here the day of the crime. Well, I'll be. But I still didn't know exactly what that meant, or I should say I didn't want to know what that meant. When I found out Kiryu-san was looking into the whole crime, I decided to keep it all a secret. But now Yuichi Akechi has suffered 6 years for a crime he didn't commit, all because I didn't say something. It's all my fault. If I had just spoken up, none of this would have happened. Gee, Kinoshita-san.
Sa, もう言い逃れはできないぜ。
優子さん、今一度尋ねます。あなたが小田さんを殺したんですか？
そうよ。私がやったのよ。
What happens now? Will he give a statement that Yuichi Akechi is innocent? Yes. Akechi-san had nothing to do with the murder. Yuko, you could have done such a thing, or how could you have done such a thing? Was it really just because Oda-san was cheating? Of course that's what it's about. He said he was going to marry me.
The 事件が起こった日、あの日は彼の小田さんの誕生日だった。だから私は彼を驚かそうと思ってプレゼントを持ってお店に向かったの。もうお店も閉まっている時刻だったから裏口から入ってロッカールームに向かったわ。でもそこで見たのは他の女と浮気してる彼の姿だった。私はとっさに身を引いて隠れた。落ち着いて目の前で何が起きてるのか理解しようと努めたわ。 そのすぐ後に明智さんがやってきた。明智さんはロッカールームの中を覗いて小田さんと宇佐美さんの浮気現場を目撃すると、手に持っていた灰皿を落とし小田さんに掴みかかっていったわ。言い争うような声が聞こえた後、すぐに宇佐美さんがロッカールームから出てきて裏口から店の外へ出て行ったわ。すぐに明智さんも宇佐美さんの後を追って店の外へ出て行ってしまった。明智さんと宇佐美さんが出て行った後、私はロッカールームの中へ入っていった。小田さんは私の姿を見てすごいびっくりしたみたいだったけど、浮気がバレたことが分かると開き直って別れ話を切り出してきたわ。宇佐美と一緒になるつもりだから別れてくれってね。その言葉を聞いた途端、完全に頭に血が上っちゃって、気がついたら近くに落ちてた灰皿で小田さんを殴っていたわ。それからは桐生さんが言った通りよ。私はロッカーにあった制服に着替えて、わざと裏口の前で誰かが来るのを待っていた。少しして誰かが客席の方からやってきたから、顔を見られないようにして裏口から出て行った。それで部外者の自分には絶対に疑いがかからないだろうって思ったわ。
Several years passed, I ran to Kinoshita-san and we eventually got married. I started selling things as a hobby and it soon turned out into a business, but before I knew it, I grew into a large company. It's been 6 years since that day and my life's been going so well. I can't believe the truth came out now of all times. Did you ever think what it felt like for Akechi-san to bear all these charges? What it felt like to be knocked down to rock bottom and have his freedom stolen from him these past 6 years. And think that would have happened if we didn't have revealed the truth just now. How many more years would he have suffered? Only the person who took Akechi-san's freedom away can give it back. You need to turn yourself in. Testify in front of the court and pay for your crimes. Can I escort you to the station? Yes. Yuko. I'll be right here waiting for you when you get back. She's gonna get back like 30 years. 30 years. Thank you. Extra, extra. Guilty criminal of 6-year-old murder turns himself in. The man originally accused of the crime now stands to be acquitted on a new trial. I mean, he's gonna get acquitted, of course. I was wrong about the media. I thought you just went from one person to the next, looking for the gossip. I didn't think you cared about the people in your articles. I figured you just forgot about them the second they left your pages. But you've been worrying about my brother this whole time. You've even proved his innocence. There are decent people in the media. Thank you so much for helping him, though. Nozumi-san. I also have to apologize for the way I treated you. I want to give you a reward for helping me get a retrial for my brother. You don't owe me anything. As much as I hate to admit it, I didn't do anything on this one. Proving your brother's innocence was all the work of KIRYU-san here. I certainly don't deserve any reward from you. What are you talking about? You did what a real journalist is supposed to do. What do you mean? Sure, you wrote an article saying Akechi-san is a murderer, but now you've written an article clearing his name. Isn't that the way a real journalist is supposed to resolve things? Sure, but I won't let this be the end of it though. I'll continue to follow the truth until the day I put down my pen. That's my duty as a reporter. And I'll be cheering you on. You got a fan. $200,000 yen. Dude, that was so good though. It was very, very long. Like it's an hour now, right? But I want to do one more sub-story, but yeah, it was really good. We had a lot to do, but we got it in the end, right? And it was Yuko. Very nice. So let's check out one more sub-story or the last sub-story we're gonna do for this game, I mean. So come on, let's go. Okay, hey baby, you lost? Want me to give you directions? No, I'm fine. Aw, come on, sweetheart. I know. Why don't I take you somewhere real nice? Please, stop. Someone, help. This man won't leave me alone. What do you want, Grandpa? Got something to say? I'm just trying to help her out, is all. Leave her alone before I make you. My luck with the ladies is bad today. He left. Okay, I thought it was gonna face him. Don't worry about it. I really am lost. I have no idea where am I right now. Where do you need to go? A bar named Shellac. I'm meeting up with someone there. Okay, champion sister. Since I'm here, I might as well help you get there. Thank you. Okay, here we are, Shellac. Thank you so much for doing this. If you have time, I'd love to thank you with a drink. It's really no problem. No. I insist. Yeah, I've got some time before the meetup, so let me buy you a drink, please. Sure. Really? Thank you. Let's go inside then. Okay. Thank you so much for your help. This is my first time here in Kamurocho, so I have no idea where everything is. I'm lucky you were there to show me where to go. You know, I don't think I ever got your name. It's KIRYU. Nice to meet you, KIRYU-san. I'm Tomoko. I go to college not too far from Kamurocho. A college girl, huh? Good for you. So what sort of work do you do, KIRYU-san? I run an orphanage in Okinawa. Whoa, an orphanage? That's so sweet. So you get to hang out with the kids all day, keep them company? And that's not really how it works. They need a parent to take care of them, whether it's helping with schoolwork or making them dinner. Oh, I see. Sorry, I'm not very smart. It's alright. Not many people know what kind of work goes into running an orphanage. Still, that's incredible, KIRYU-san. I have so much respect for the people who devote themselves to volunteering. You know, you might look scary, KIRYU-san, but you're a real sweetheart deep down. I'm pretty into guys like that. Ooh. So, where's this guy you're waiting for? Is it still not here? I guess not, but I'm having a good time talking with you, KIRYU-san. I'll be okay. Right. Oh, is he here? Tomoko. Oh, Fumiyoshi-kun. There you are.
Hey.
What the hell are you doing here in Kamurocho? I told you not to come here. How dumb are you? What? But Fumiyoshi-kun, you never came home, so I thought... Like that's any of your business, you stupid girl. Why are you always so mean to me? Didn't you read my text? I told you I didn't want to see you right now. You never replied, so I had to come all the way out here to find your dumb ass. Do you ever look at your phone, or are you too stupid to use it? Wait, what text? Oh, I think I forgot my cell phone in my hotel room. I'm sorry, I totally didn't notice. Wow, what a surprise. You moron. Now you wasted my time too. Dude, what do I say to her though? Is that any way to speak to her, sir?
Huh?
Who the hell are you? I got lost in the way here, but he stopped to help and walked me here myself. Or himself. Then you got all friendly, started drinking together? I see what's going on here. Why don't you hook up with this old fart thing? That's not what I meant. Wait, Fumiyoshi-kun. I'm out then. I don't want to see your face around here again. Fumiyoshi-kun. Oh, he's my boyfriend. A year ago, he left our countryside town for Kamurocho but never came back. When I texted him, can I come see you? He'd always say, hell no. Finally, I decided to follow him out here and try to meet up with him, but it looks like he's really upset that I did. I don't know what to do. If you need my help, then I'll do what I can. Really? Oh, but I need to go get my cell phone though. I ran away from home, so I'm staying at the hotel for the moment. Are you sure you won't get lost on your way to the hotel? You still worried about me? Would you mind walking me back to my hotel then? Sure. Okay, thank you so much. Hotel Volitia. I'm going to buy a few drinks at the convenience store. Could you go up to my room and wait for me? It's a suite on the top floor. Wait, how am I supposed to get in there without a key? My friend Aoi came out to Kamurocho with me and she should be up in the room already. Just tell her you know me. I'm sure it'll be fine. Remember, it's a suite on the top floor. Got it. Oh! Actual cutscene.
ここに来るように言われたんだが、あんたが葵さんか？
よろしくお願いします。
What is happening here? Isn't this the place where we fought Kanda? So what's your name? KAZUMA KIRYU. Kiryu-san, you're so dreamy. Why do you get into this kind of work, Kiryu-san? Wait, you know what I do for work? Yeah, Tomoko told me all about you. I did tell Tomoko about it at the bar, but still. Yeah, how does she know already though? So what led you to this line of work? Well, the man who raised me did the exact same thing. I wanted to follow in his footsteps. That's why I started down this path to help those who didn't have anyone else in their lives. I see. Dude, is this a scam again? It's probably a scam, right? That's why she knows? I thought maybe she thinks KIRYU is like a prostitute. I see. You know, I've been feeling, or an escort, I mean, I've been feeling pretty lonely lately. You're alone too, huh? Yeah. Well, if you need my help, I'll do what I can. I hope you'll help me a lot tonight. So, how long have you been in this line of work, Kiri-san? About 2 years. And how many girls have you helped? Girls, specifically? There's Aiko. Dude, she's actually thinking about something. Yeah. Or some other thing. Haruko, so that makes 5. 5 girls. Not too many then. Well, they're still just kids. It's just funny though, like Kiryu's actual thing that is happening to him fits with what this girl is saying, right? So it's pretty tough making sure they all get the attention they need. Wait, you take kids too? Of course. And not just girls, boys too. Wow, really? That must be quite rough on you. Anyway, this room looks pretty expensive, don't you think? I figured, hey, it's a special occasion, so why not splurge? Right, well, I suppose this is your first time here, that makes sense. To be honest, I was kind of nervous about this at the first, but I'm glad I worked up the courage to ask for help. I never imagined someone as dreamy as you would come walking through that hotel room door, Kiri-san. Speaking of Tomoko, she sure is taking a while though. What do you mean? We're just getting started. Wait, what's going on here?
Kiryu-san.
Oh, come on, Kiri-san. Oh!
ねえ、桐生さん。私も我慢できない。
Oh my god.
ねえ、プロの技早く教えて。
Jesus.
彼氏は下手くそなの。
おい、一体何の真似だ？
え？だってちゃんとお金払ってるんだからいいじゃない。もっと私を楽しませてよ。ねえ。
何？金を払ってるだと？
そうよ。ともこって子にもう払ってあるわ。出張ホスト代は。
Escort. See?
出張ホスト？
そうよ。だから桐生さんここに来たんでしょ。
違う。俺はそんなんじゃない。
But I will escort myself out. Nice.
どこ行くのよ。何なの？
Oh. Hey, Grandpa. What are you doing here? Wait, aren't you the guy who was bothering Tomoko outside? No, I'm this woman's husband. Who the hell are you? A girl named Tomoko told me to come up here, but this Aoi girl's mistaking me for a male escort. A male escort? What's the difference? You still trying to mess with another man's girl? Not at all. I haven't done anything. 100,000 yen? Hell no. So it was a scam, but I think this girl doesn't know. Aoi? The girl doesn't know. It's Tomoko and this guy, or this guy, right? I guess I'm no match for you. Tell me what's going on here. Jeez, the moment my escorts arrive, he leaves without doing anything, then picks a fight with some random punk. Random punk? I thought you were his wife. I don't know who the heck he is. I went out of my way to pay some girl named Tomoko a lot of money for you. This sucks. Alright. Start talking. What's going on here? It wasn't my idea. Someone put me up to this. They told me to show up here and I'd stumble into a couple getting into it. Then I'd barge in, pretend to be her husband, and threaten the guy for money. Who told you to do this? Some guy named Fumiyoshi. Fumiyoshi? You sure that was his name? I'm sure. He always hangs out at this bar named Shellacked. Go ask him yourself. Those two have got up to something. I should head over to Shellac and get them to spill the beans. So basically they're scamming two people. Hey, hold on. You're not going to leave me hanging here, are you? Give me back my money. You swindler. Some escort you are. Man, that was easy. Here I was, wondering if anyone would really stop to help some girl being harassed by a guy in the street, but we nabbed one pretty fast. You moron. It was only easy because I had great shitty boyfriend. Wait, I made a great shitty boyfriend. My performance was legendary. Everything went according to plan. And not only are we getting money from that chick who ordered an escort, we're gonna get even more money by blackmailing that guy. You really did think of everything. That's what happens when you got a good head on your shoulders. I bet that right about now. That shady guy is making bank of that old fart. That dumbass doesn't honestly believe that I ran away from home to see my boyfriend, then followed me all the way to that hotel. What a schmuck. I'm gonna beat you guys up. It was obvious he was cruising for something else. Well, he should be having fun with a hottie right now. He can't be too pissed about now. I bet he doesn't even expect to be scared shitless. And they're laughing at me. You might want to keep your voices down next time. It's you. You spent all that time thinking up this plan, but didn't spend the extra second making sure it went right.
Hey.
It's not like we did anything bad to you. You're the one who put yourself in this situation. Is that all you have to say for taking advantage of those people? Then I'll try, or I'll stop trying to convince you and let my fist do the talking instead. Well, whatever. I'll end this little encounter by helping myself to all the cash you've got. Okay, here we go. Next battle, I suppose. Street thugs. There's only one guy though. Isn't this the character from Bleach, right? The lion. I actually haven't watched Bleach, but I know like the look of the character in here. Like its mascot. Who the hell is this guy? He can't be human. I'm so sorry. We won't scam anyone ever again, so please just let us go. If you want to apologize, then go back to the hotel room and give Aoi her money back. Yes, of course. Okay. So yes, we will end our episode there for today. So we did 2 more sub-stories. The other one was very, very long, right? Murder, investigation. That was very cool. And this one, it was a little good as well because it had some cutscenes, right? It was pretty funny. And the other girl thought that KIRYU was an escort. And she was trying to force herself onto him. But KIRYU's like, the hell are you doing? And the way they were talking earlier, right? It was funny because she was asking stuff and then KIRYU could answer them because like it aligned, right? It kind of aligned to what he was saying. And it was funny. Then until the girl couldn't wait, it's like, I can't wait anymore. I need to do this, right? And she pounced onto KIRYU. But yes, the sub-stories here were pretty good. And last episode as well. So next episode, we're finally going to continue the main story. Finish up the story. And let's see what happens in the ending, right? So I'll just see you in the next one, guys. Bye-bye.